What's good, family? Chopping it up. Just finished watching the fight. The weigh-in, and Sean Porter and Errol Spence Jr., two of the most prolific, dynamic fighters in the sport. Sean representing a variety of different skill sets, and when you're looking at Errol Spence, you're talking about the creme de la creme of a boxer slash puncher prowess. His offense and his defense are, and when you gel them together, what you're going to see is a very, very well-groomed fighter. That's kind of all you can ask for when you got somebody like Errol Spence. I'm representing the Pacquiao joint because that's exactly what both of them are shooting for. But what we're going to do is kind of go over what this fight will mean to both of those guys and what will they need to do inside of the ring. But before I get started, I'd like to introduce myself. For those of you who have never watched this channel, shame on you. My name is Eric A. Bradley, aka The Real Fight Doctor, and there is no other on this level. Back to the topic at hand. Now, the reason why I can speak to the fight is because I was invited to be in one of the camps for the fight. What you have to understand about a camp and what goes on is a transformation of a human body and the human mind. There are times when we were helping fighters out get to the top level where we were doing things as extreme as sleeping inside of the ring. You could not leave camp. You could not breathe camp. Everything that you did had to be about the fight. Nothing and no outside forces could take part in distracting you. Now, women, not partying, and definitely not anything from the outside world. But when I just seen these guys weigh in today, 147 pounds on the dot, both of them. This card is absolutely immaculate, though, from top to bottom. You got Molina Jr. You got him versus Lopez. And Josecito Lopez just had a great fight. When Keith Thurman came back into the game, he introduced him with nothing but hammer sandwiches. So when you look at this fight card, it's stacked. And then you got Benavidez against Darrell, who his grandfather is from a very, very in-depth boxing lineage. Actually was one of the sparring partners and trained with Muhammad Ali. So when you look on this wall, you see all these greats. We got Jake LaMotta. You got Cassius Clay, you got Henry Armstrong, you got Joe Frazier, Sugar Ray Robinson, Ezzard Charles, and the list goes on and on. This is a boxing lineage, and when you can go into a camp and understand the difference between fighting at this level and fighting at this level, then there you go. You're going to understand that there's a humongous difference when it comes down to the fighting prowess of these type fighters at this level of the game. So, with that being said, you got Keith Thurman, who's on the outside now because he got in there and bumped heads with my man, Manny the Man Pacquiao, and it's just not that simple to come in there and think you can just do it because of your age. It's levels to this game. They both came in at 147. They made a statement that they're going to be strong tomorrow. The thing about it is when you look at the styles, which I'm going to break up how those styles mesh up. When you got a guy who punches from here, here, and here, like Errol Spence does, you cannot be punching fat. I don't care what you've been doing in camp. You can be doing a million tree trunk pull-ups, but whenever you fight, it's all about proximity. Errol Spence fights like this naturally, even going heads up against one of the greatest to ever do it in Floyd Mayweather. Floyd said, I had to make an adjustment. I don't think he would have had to say that about Sean Porter. Not that Sean Porter is not a great fighter. He just does not have that one identity that cements who he is in the ring, that causes not only problems, but minimizes people's opportunity to deal with it. Where Errol Spence, it's almost impossible to deal with it. The one thing and factor with Sean Porter, and I'm speaking to this from a professional standpoint, over 20 years in the game, and knowing the camp, because I understand what their issues are when you going in there against a guy that has such a. I compare Errol Spence to Hagler's style. Hagler was shoot, pop, everything was short, crispy, and hard, and that's how Errol Spence fights. So when you look at a guy like Errol Spence, he throws those shots in clinical manner. And if you want to see the fight breakdown, go about 3 videos under this one, and you'll see that I went inside the ring and broke it down round by round, inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter. What should one of the other fighters do, one or the other? And what you'll see is the sweet science broken down into its molecule. How do you shut down a style that's kind of all over the place, but it comes forward? One of the things that I will tip my hat to Sean Porter is Sean Porter has the nicest jab, probably in the entire sport of boxing. Now, it's underused, but it's not undervalued. He can throw that jab, shotgun method, boom. Even though he's short in stature, he has long arms enough to deal and compete with anybody when it comes down to a jab contest. And that was one of the things that I took note to. They think he has a bully style. That's one of his tactics. His tactics is bully. It's called mauling. You in there and you brawling. We call it bulldogging. In our Peekaboo program, we teach it in Peekaboo 1, and we teach it in our Peekaboo Volume 2, Punch Pads, Punch Performance, Peekaboo Punch Performance. We teach you how to maul. And in the second one, you'll learn how to do what we call the harpoon circuit. And that'll take you and elevate your offensive cachet to new levels. And when you see a guy like, Sean Porter, he's definitely mastered that art. It's an art. And people who call it, he just fight wild, you just don't understand how hard it is to fight. And in an exquisite manner where you have turned everything into a skill set. So with that being said, give the man some credit, because it takes a lot to get in the ring and do it with precision like he does. So next thing, you look at guys, his body attack, the way he rakes the body. All you gotta do is type in Sean Porter highlights and see close and personal how he takes, excuse me, I'm chilling, and uses that, how he takes that, and he rakes that body. What he doing, he digging in your gut. He breaking that feather rib. He trying to put you out of commission. And when he does that, man, boom, he coming with a very, very intense and well precise offensive cachet. His prowess is just how he does it. He leans into it. And he sticks it to the body. He brings it back up to the head. And he keeps that going. Now, to keep that steadiness all night, so the judges will really see what's happening, he has to keep that jab, he has to pop it out there. He has to be very, very convincing about his landing percentage, because Errol Spence brings such that short, crispy game. And he don't have to load up for the power. When he do, he keeps everything in front. So when you throw in power shots, you still got to keep them in the parameters. The knuckles must always be right here. So whenever you throw the shot, you can block, bam, and counter at the same time. So you know what it is. All you got to do is you go down this page and you can see one video after the next, after the next, after the next. So if you have not subscribed and you like that boxing, make sure you subscribe to Master Boxing and go up to the website, subscribe. We be giving away a lot of different skills and stuff, training regimens and everything like that to use inside of the boxing gym. And we just kind of bring the whole funk to you. So I just want to know down in the comment box what you guys think about the fight. Who and how do you have them winning? And for those of you who really leave a comment that really speaks to the specifics of it, what we will do is give you whatever choice of download under $100 on the website. So That's all I got from right now. I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. Tune in as we do the post-fight breakdown, and we will definitely chop it up with you guys. Until next time, be blessed and Godspeed. Subscribe to the channel, and we out of here. Peace. Master Boxing.